So today I have a model year 2002 Mercedes C200. It's a saloon with a 2-liter engine. The main complaint is gearbox, transmission fault. I think I need to test drive it to verify the complaint, but I'll begin with looking for fault codes. Usually Mercedes, when they have transmission issues, they will very easily set trouble codes. So I'm going to look there first, and if you look, the engine is running right now. You can see from the tachometer the engine is running. You can rev it up and you see that. So it has a check engine light on, and it keeps warning about ESP and brake assist. I hope you can see that. It's a bit dim. The instrument cluster, the screen is a bit dim. Naye ndowooza musobola okiraba check engine light kweri. There's another light there. Naye ako sigenda ka troubleshootinga. Ninda concentratinga ku gearbox issues and that check engine light. I already have diagnostic machine set up ready for this car. I seem to have a lot of glare. I need to put this somewhere where you can see it better. And I'm control units and so transmission. Tandise okupipiramu a little bit, kansubire si mafuta, kansubire teri mukusika, because you can see mafuta terina mangi nnyo. So egamba tesobola communicating na gearbox control module. That is unusual. Kangezeeko engine. So kine codes. Communication ku motoka eno erabika eri slow for some reason. Okay. Mu engine tulina mu code ya oxygen sensor heater. Oxygen sensor eno yeye mabega. Oxygen sensor 2 ey'omumaaso ga catalytic converter ne mabega, so it is complaining about mabega. Charge pressure kitegeeza ni motoka compressor. In other words ina supercharger, so eringa egamba nti pressure ya supercharger eri low. Ne ekyo kiri stored, kirabika ng'ekita kyali current. Then neeba ne code egamba tewuliziganya na transmission control module. Computer ya gearbox tegiwuliza. Computer ya engine egamba tewuliziganya na ya gearbox. That's interesting. Kati ate netandika okuddamu eri ya oxygen sensor ebiddiŋŋana. So kyengenda okusooka okukola, emmotoka Sam yadde yagisumuludde dda. Already ndabawo transmission control module eya spare eno, ate ndabawo eri ku mmotoka. That one. There is another module Jemulab on the right, but I don't know what that is for at this moment. Naye kyendi sure of ya gearbox ereefaanana. Part numbers eri ku eno matching exactly n'eri eri ku mmotoka. If you can look at that number, it is the same number n'eri eri ku mmotoka at the moment. Connector zino nina okusooka n'enzikiza emmotoka nendaba connector zino oba ziri tight. They seem to be tight to me. Transmission module erabika teyogera. It has a problem. Oba so ekyo waliwo problem wiring. Anyway, ngenda kusooka nzireke emabega, then nsooke ndabe ki ekiri mu njaga kulaba ki ekiri mu ESP kubanga nayo nagirabyeko ng'egicomplainingako. Gezaako ogeraganya naye egamba tegiraba. Something is not right. Ngenda kukyusa diagnostic machine gye nkozesa to rule out the fact nti computer modules zita communicating. I'm going to try another machine. It may well be nti eno machine eno teyagala kwogera na computer ziri kuno. Ayogeddeko na ya engine yokka sofa. Next step, kukyusa diagnostic machine. It helps to have si buli muntu nti asobola okuaffordinga machine zino kuba baziseera. It helps to have different ones. In times like this, you want to be sure it is the modules on the car ezitayogera rather than the machine being uncooperative. Okay, kati lese muzeeyi waza bango nalabika yajja okunkolera. Njagala kuyingira mu transmission. Naye muzeeyi waza bango asobodde okuyingira mu transmission computer. Njagala kusooka kutunula kulaba codes ezirimu. Okay. Complaining ku stop signal eva ku brake light, rather ku brake pedal. Signal yagifuna kuva ku ESP control module, ABS control module. Agamba tafuna signal ya kumanya status ya brake light oba kweri. Nayogera kuba nti emmotoka eno yatambuliddeko mu gear gyeta recognizing. In other words, emmotoka eno eyinza okuba esleepinga gear oba eyinza okuba erina gear gye yataddemu neegaana okuyingira. Hey, nayogera ne ku one of the pressure control solenoids mu valve body ku mmotoka eno. Naye zonna ziri stored tekuli eri current, kuli wali endala nyingi mudidi. Neyogera ku temperature sensor mu valve board omwera, neddamu neyogera ne ku shift solenoid eteekamu ekyusa gear okuva mu number 3 okudda mu 4, nayo yafeirinzeeko. Okay, this is kind of interesting. What this would mean is there is a general, while your issue, there are multiple issues mu valve body ya gearbox eno. There are multiple electrical issues. Eyogedde ku solenoid 2, eyogedde ku temperature sensor. Ebyo byonna ssebo okukyankala n'omulundi ogumu, most like wabaddewo obuzibu mu harness okuva ku computer eno eya gearbox okukkirira wansi mu valve body ku solenoids ziri ezikyusa gear ne temperature sensor eyo. Kati luli nafeirinze okufuna communication ne ABS control mode, kati nayo ngenda gendayo because njagala kulaba oba code eno ntuufu. Nalabyeko n'akatala ka brake assist, naye kansookere mu ESP. Eno eyingiddemu, nzeeyiwaza bbanga ayingidde mu ESP control module. Asooka nsomere ku code ndabe ye byalina. Alino naye alina mudidi, agamba alina we yabeeredde nga tawuliziganya na engine control module, alina we yabeeredde nga tawuliziganya na transmission control module. N'ayogera ku brake switch, tagiraba, ebiriko tabitegeera. N'ayogera ku yo rate sensor, naye alaba ng'etaliiko. Naye ebyo tebiyinza kugaana gear kukyusa. Biri ebyobuta communicating computer modules obuta communicating zonna wamu bisobola okukyankalanya gear, naye sensors ezimu kubanga teziriiko nga ziri ku side ya ESP nga yo rate ne your rate sensor ne brake light, zirowooza nti ebyo bigaana emmotoka okukyusa, especially ng'ekyusa edda waggulu ng'espeedinga up. Mu kukyusa okukomawo wansi biyinza ojja affectinga, kubanga gearbox control mode yeetaaga okumanya oba olinye ku brakes eteekemu gear, lower gear etandika okukola engine brake. Ziringa eziweddeyo. Naye kati code zifuuse nnyingi. Okay, kati mu ESP control module ya ABS ezo ze zikomyewo 3 era bwe nabadde nzisuubira. Eno ya brake switch nga bwe nabagambye. Then wabaawo eno ya your rate sensor, ekwatagana na bya traction control teyinza gaana motoka kukyusa gear. Then wabaawo eno steering angle sensor initialization, eyo etera okujja nga battery yakyusiddwa. There is a procedure egijjamu tujja gikola. Sinaba genda muziri module endala, ndabye brake assist module wano nsalawo nayo ngisomemu. Jjukira wali kataala yabadde eraga fault ku instrument cluster, naye ate bw'ogibuuza fault codes yo terina. Biraba egamba terina fault codes, kati ekyo eyinza okuba erina fault codes olw'okuba ESP yaleese warning eri ya brake assist ku kisaawe olwakuba ESP control mode gyekolagana ennyo nayo erina fault codes. Engine control mode egamba terina fault codes, bwenzisiimudde teri ekomyewo. Jjukira yabadde ne codes ezisinga obungi zaadde zoogera ku butasobola communicating na gearbox control module ne ESP module. I have a feeling we bakyusirizza modi zino okuwanyisiganya eno ya gearbox nga balowooza nti eyinza okuba yevaako obuzibu. Eyinza okuba awo yalabidde nti module ya gearbox teriiko nesettinga code eri. Eya ESP nayo bayinza okuba baagikutteko, so nayo nesettinga code. Then code oxygen sensor yo seyibaala ngisuubira okudda. The next time emmotoka eno eddamu okwaka, computer etera okumonitoringa heater circuits ezo eza oxygen sensor nga ozikizza emmotoka. Kasita ogizikiza n'oddamu n'okuba n'eddamu nemonitoringa heater circuit oxygen sensor, so eyo eyinza okudda most likely emmotoka eno bwenaddamu okuba ekisumuluzo okwaka. Code endala eyabaddemu yabadde ya charge pressure sensor, erabika eyo nayo yakwatiddwako ate ne bagiddamu ne bagizzaako, kati code tekomawo. So for now olw'okuba obuzibu obuli ku motoka eno nze obundeese ogikolako bwa gearbox kukyankalana, ebya engine sigenda kubidweringako nnyo kati, okuggyako ng'ate transmission control module eya gearbox ate yo yedizeemu ne complaininga ku butawuliziganya na engine control mode. Ebya engine ngenda kusooka mbignoring phone. Kati eya gearbox yo erina code emu ekomawo eya brake switch. Kaakati eyo ate yo wadde njiraba sirowooza nti bwe esobola okuvaako emmotoka eno okukyankalana gearbox. Ate endala ziri ng'eya improper gear ratio naki, ezo nzisuubira kudde emmotoka eno ngezeemu kutambula, era kyenjagala okuzzaako ye road test, ndabe code ki ezijja. Mpulire emmotoka eno bwetambula first of all, ndabe ne codes ki ezijja nga emmotoka etambudde. naye nkyalina emmotoka embulookinze mu maaso right now as you can see. Waliwo emmotoka embulookinze, in fact waliwo ne karafu wano, eno is a Daihatsu, balina kye bakyagikola as you can see. So saawa eno si kyangu kufuluma, but that is my next step. Kati for now nga bwe nninda banzigire emmotoka zino eziri mu maaso, kyenjagala okuzzaako kati bwe ntuuse mu real time data wa ESP control module, nentunulira signal za stop lamp zino. Erina switches ziri bbiri, it is a 2-in-1 switch. Brake pedal erina a 2-in-1 switch. If you look closely, the first one, esoma NO contact, means normally open. So erina kubeera off nga tolinnye ku kigere, erina kusoma off, which it is doing. Eri ey'okubiri egiddako wansi eri NC, eyo normally yalibadde NC kitegeeza normally closed. So normally yalibadde eri closed, but it is not. Bwe nninnyako, I should expect both of them to change status. Eno normally yalibadde ey'okubiri yalibadde esoma on, but it is now reading on, rather off. So eya bwe nninnyako ku brake pedal, nninnyeko kati, you see it as esooka waggulu has changed state from normally closed, it is now normally open, it is now closed. That's why it is saying on. Eno eya wansi yo tetawaanye, tekyusizza. So switch eyo yafuddeko side emu, normally closed contact, kubanga bwe nninnyako yaate efuuka open, bw'ojjako ekigere ni closed. Kati yo tekyusa status. So brake pedal side emu, and I'm not sure. Okay, that is a problem. Switch eno ejja kwetaaga okukyusibwa after nga tumaze okuexamininga wiring yayo, just to make sure tetutera kukyusa bukyusa parts just like that. We first check the wiring nti wire zaayo ziri okay, running from the switch to the continue. Then bwe ziba nga ziri okay, nga continuity is good, then we are going to change the switch, tuteekemu empya. Naye still sirowooza nti ekyo kyekivaako code ziri ze nalabye P2500 especially eyabadde egamba nti emmotoka erimu transmission erimu gear gyetategeera gyeta recognizing. That one is worrying me a lot. Emmotoka neetaaga okugizza ku luguudo nenkola test drive nempulira kyekola. So that's where I'm going. We certainly need to change, or at least after verifying that brake switch in mfu, not its wires, we need to change that switch. Your code again. But now I need to do a test drive of verifying a complaint. Guess what? Nsanze brake switch enkadde eri awo etudde awo. So it means this switch has given them problems in the past. This is what the brake switch looks like on this car. In erabika nayo yafadda, then bagikyusa naye ne gye baateekamu ndowooza nayo yakooye, oba ne gye baateekamu yali nfu to begin with. So that's what it looks like. Terminal ebbiri normally open, terminal ebbiri normally closed. That's how it works. That's why this thing has 4 terminals together. Ninga switch eriemu. Kale tandise test drive. Olwokuba nina okwetegereza data ntege ya nvuga, afulumyemu katono naye already tubadde tukyuse emmotoka mu garage. Ndaba there are many things which are not right. Current eya solenoid yeyagala emmotoka naddala ng'otadde mu gear si gye achieving. Ntege bw'anaakomawo n'ateeka mujja giraba naye already tulina mu fail safe mode wano egamba emergency running. Yes, ekitegeeza tuli already mu fail safe mode. Nazeeyo dde mabega nasomye dda codes. Emotoka olutandisa okutambula ekomezaawo code eri gye yabadde egamba eya valve Y3 stroke 6 Y3. Right. Kale ntege tugende. So machine nevuddeko. Diagnostic port evuddeko. Soko oginyweze. Mwerie? Okay, kanziremu nju restarting. So additionally, we are now moving naye. A bit rough, so the shot is not steady naye. Target gear ne actual gear, I think you can see the information is impossible because I think computer ya gearbox byefuna okuva ku speed sensors input ne output tebi making a sense. In fact, turbine speed is saying it's 0. Butandika okuddamu okutambula, you see that those two. Njagala kulaba nti they read something there. We are now moving. We have joined faster traffic. Okay, I see output speed ekyuse but turbine speed tekyuse yadde kayala. Oh, emaze nekyuka. Although it is reading a very high figure which is not changing, 8,000. I think that's unrealistic. Ate gisomera bika ejijja ku signal ejijja wano waggulu wano. Turbine speed must kind of change with engine speed, really. Katuyimiridde, we are very stationary. I think you can see the transmission output speed is 0. We are in a service station. Tugeza kuteekamu mafuta kubanga bonna balaze okusooka. Fuel gauge yabadde warning. But look at the turbine speed saying 8,000. There is something wrong with the turbine speed sensor. And that speed sensor is I think usually in the valve body. So nga bwe tukyayongeramu omukka mu motoka, I wanted to show you something. Speed sensor turbine speed in it fed I think by the turbine speed sensor. Ate speed sensor no number 3 ye feed ye engine speed. So then transmission output speed is different. So engine speed is read off the crankshaft position sensor. Then turbine speed is read off speed sensor yom gearbox esooka. Then the transmission output speed nebeera read off that speed sensor number 3. Right now we are in target gear. We are still in P. Esimu overheating and it keeps cutting out while I'm recording. Yet attend Gugudu and I wanted to show you this. I think you agree with me nti data ava ku speed sensor watching turbine speed is very wrong. In fact, it's the reason lwaki emotoka eno erimu fail safe mode kubanga tesobola kurecognizinga gear gyerimu. Because of just that one speed sensor. Because ebala ratios etunuulira output speed sensor kyesoma ne turbine speed sensor which is the input kyesoma nemanya nti natadde mu gear 1. Turbine speed wesoma kino, I should see this on the output. There is a ratio which is always fixed depending on what gear it is in. Naye kati in this case turbine speed sensor is stuck. When motoka bweba eyimiridde, it is always 0. bwe mmotoka bwetandika okutambula it is always 8000, which is wrong. You can see clearly speed sensor 2 yeri stuck, speed sensor 3 yekyuka according to driving conditions etulimu. Kati we are going over rumble strips to slow them down. You see that it keeps changing. You see that the output speed keeps changing. Turbine speed is fixed at 8000. That is wrong already. I think we are just going to go back to the garage. Olowooza tweyongereyo paka enaalya tudde or what? Once already nze ninga abadde amaze okulaba nina byendabye ebiri important bye tulina okusookerako. Kale. So right now we are just going back to the garage. One, to look at that speed sensor. Okay, Ivan afuuse busy. He's so busy nensalawo bino mbyekolere nga sinnagenda. I decided to check the solenoid continuity. Yeah, solenoid eri ebadde leeta fault code. Mu repair manual bagamba that solenoid eteekwa kuba na 4.5 ohms. Gipininzeeko wano. Transmission control module eno ngigyeko. As you can see, kati nempininga mu harness mwennyini. I'm getting 5.4 ohms. Osobola okukiraba awo. 5.2 ohms, where I should have 4.5. If you look at the connector, ogiraba yonna ejjudde transmission oil. So I think I'm okay with that. Wegambira 4.5. Empuna 5.3 even with all that oil on the connection, which introduces a bit of resistance. I think that solenoid is fine. There is just a loose connection somewhere. Solenoid yo ewusa evaako nereeta fault code ye. I'm just going to double check the 3 other solenoids. According to the repair manual, there are 3 other solenoids here. This is the repair manual. There are 3 other solenoids here. The solenoid we are talking about is this one. Naye naye endala ezigifaanana ziri 2, Y4 and Y5. So nazo ngenda kuziddouble check nti resistance waazo ali correct. Okay, kati ndi ku terminal ya solenoid Y4. Esoma something very similar to solenoid Y3 gyetusookeddeko. So I guess that is also fine. Then esembayo eri ku terminal, according to this, eri ku terminal 16. If you look at that schematic, eri ku terminal 16. So I'm going to move my pin to terminal 16, which is that one. It is difficult to do that with one hand kubanga ogumu gukutte camera. But I've managed that. And as you can see, I get the same reading. So those solenoids are fine. Okay, with the engine running, I'm now on our suspect speed sensor, and want to engage R. I'm now in R. Signal is not showing any change. I'm actually reversing now. You can see on the oscilloscope, I know there is a lot of glare. I've just stopped. I know there is a lot of glare, but you can see clearly the signal is just flat on the suspect line. trying to get rid of the glare so you see the signal better. It's a bit difficult because I'm driving at the same time. I'm reversing again. Reverse a short distance. I'm now engaging D. It is now in D, and I'm rolling forward now. Clearly you can see there is no signal on that sensor. Sensor is well and truly dead. Back in R, there is nothing on that line. The voltage remains high all the time. I'm in R now. Reverse a little more. No signal. Put it in D. Move forward. I'm moving forward now. Nothing. The signal remains high. And I'm going to turn the key off so you can see the signal go low when the computer goes dead. See, the signal has just gone low because the computer is now dead. I'm turning the key in the ignition switch on again. Signal goes high again and it stays high. This is a well and truly dead speed sensor. In the gear, in the valve body on the transmission, at the bottom of the transmission. It corresponds with the data I saw, so right there is our problem. I just felt I should show you what a working, the signal from a working speed sensor on a Mercedes gearbox should look like. But unfortunately, it seems I've just run out of fuel. Remember, when I started shooting this, I was looking at the fuel gauge, and I was worried about running out of fuel. I've just run out of fuel. Fortunately, I was in the garage. So I'm going to attempt to crank it and see if you get. Of course, it is going to sputter, and the engine is going to sputter and die. That's what I expect. But I am hoping you see a signal for a very, very short period. I'm hoping you'll be able to catch that signal. There we are. There is the signal, and it's dying off. And the engine has just died off. That's what a good signal should look like. I'm going to attempt it a second time and see if I'll catch it for you. Again, see that? That's more like a signal coming from the engine is dead again. That's more like the signal I was looking for on the other wire when the vehicle is in drive, but there's nothing. So we have one bad speed sensor. So I think you can't change the speed sensors on this valve body individually, so they will have to change the entire circuit board of the vehicle. The entire circuit board of the valve body. I think that's it. I'm done with this one.